Welcome to another edition of Agency Scaling Secrets. I'm Solomon Timothy. Today's question is, how do I move upmarket and attract larger clients? I'm going to break down how to go upmarket and why you should be going upmarket. So let's get started. In order to kind of illustrate how to do that, I'm going to use an example which I really love. I deal with a lot of financial advisors. There's a lot of partners of ours that sell to financial advisors. And whenever I talk to a financial advisor, I say, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about your ideal customers, right? How much money would you want your customers to have to be a good fit for your advisor, practice? How much? And the answer I get is all over the map. Oh, this is fun. So they might say, hey, look, we work with people that, that have $50,000 of investable assets, $50,000 cash laying around. That's probably a good idea, but we worked with people smaller than that. We have customers that have 100,000, 200, a couple of million, but we don't really care how much they have as long as they have somewhere around 50. Some people answer, we only work with retirees, so typically have $100,000, but hey, if you only have $10,000, it's not bad for us to get started. We'll help you, we'll find a solution. And that answer sounds a lot like a digital marketing agency sales kind of person. Ideally, we want you to have a couple $1,000s a month, but if you only have $1,500, I'm sure we can find you a solution. Or I would love to have you at $5,000 a retainer, because looking at your market, looking at the challenges, you're gonna need a lot of money. But since you said you only have $2,000 a month, we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna do ads and Google and Facebook, blogging. And it sounds to me like we're willing to take anyone. And then you ask me questions like this, how do I go upmarket? Once you decide that you're gonna go upmarket, you're not gonna waste your time with those answers like the one I hear from my financial advisor friends, like, 50K. I'm like, listen, tell me who is your ideal customer. That means they do not know who their ideal customer is. So I'm not a financial advisor. I don't plan on being it. I may never be able to pass their test series 6 and 7, whatever. Why? Because I'm not that smart, but I'm gonna tell you what I would do if I was a financial advisor and how I'm deciding to work with bigger customers. When you're a small practice, you gotta take whatever. I get it, like brand new. I don't know how to build a portfolio, so hey, 50,000, let's figure it out. Send it to my team and they'll figure it out. So that's fine. I get a couple of customers and I've figured out the business. As a brand new agency, I always tell them, get to $10,000 a month. Figure out how to get a couple of customers paying you 2K, 3K, and you get to 10K so you really know the process. That's base. Once you know the process, let's scale. Let's just say that because I use that example, 50K. But I have, say, 5 or 10 customers at 50K. I clearly know how to help them build a $100,000 portfolio, and I'm gonna help them grow that 10% over year-over-year compound interest, whatever. That sounds like a great idea. So then what I would do, my minimum investment is 100K. I cannot work with anybody because I'm obviously smarter than the 50K. I've figured out how to do it. And once I've figured it out, why would I waste my time trying to do a smaller portfolio that they never are going to double their money to 100,000? So if I do manage $100,000, I'm going to get, say, 1% of that. So I'm going to get 1% of that. That's going to be more money than making 1% of 50K. So financially, I only have so much time. 100K is obviously much better. Instead of those financial advisors, I say, hey, look, 100K is my minimum. If that's not you, that's okay, but I just don't want to waste my time, or definitely don't want to waste your time. I'd love to get you there. Maybe I can give you some phone numbers of other advisors that can help you. That's what I would do. But once I get a couple of customers, 100K, I realize that they're still pretty challenging. They're gonna call me a lot. They're gonna email me. They're gonna tell me, why did the market, go down today by 4 points or whatever. Okay, great, fantastic. And managing them, and I saw that, hey, look, if we can build all of these extra features and contingency plan and stocks and bonds and mutual funds and annuities and all that stuff, we could technically take on clients that are, say, $1 million. It's $1 million, because all these extra stuff does take more money. So we need somebody who's a little bit more wealthier. So they're not gonna call me as much. They're not gonna freak out, right? They actually have extra money laying around. They might have $100 bills under their pillow. I don't know. 1 million seems like the next step up for me. So as I'm prospecting or I'm doing my own lead gen, here's what I would do. I say, hey, it's fantastic, great talking to you. Our company requires at least $1 million of investable assets to work with you. If you have that, that's fantastic. We look at it, we'll run some numbers, tell you what we would do, how we would do it. Of course, it's gonna be more classier than this, you guys. But my job is to really identify my customers who actually meet the required budget. And I'm not talking about digital marketing, I'm completely talking about financial advisor and say I charge 1%, and trust me, I'm gonna work harder than anybody else to really build you the best portfolio I can. I promise you it's going to be a great relationship both ways, win-win for both parties. So I start building my portfolio with clients just $1 million. $1 million is my minimum investable assets. But at the end of the day, it's the same technique that I've used. I could technically help people with $100 million of assets. It's not that difficult. It's just a couple of extra zeros. And what we will have to do is work harder, maybe have a team approach. We'll have different people in the team that's managing it. So we're gonna hire a couple of extra advisors because there's more money involved and you can't really screw this up. So let's figure out a strategy to make my minimum $100 million clients. That's the kind of people that we want to work with. This whole process, I've increased the type of customers that I want to attract from 50K, where you have a billion people competing, from the brand new financial advisor to the big brands. I've eliminated that market. I couldn't even care less about them. I've went up market and up market and up market. At this point, it's high touch. Fine with that. I'm fine with high touch. But look at that 1%. Is that looking a little bit better from a bottom line perspective? But at the end of the day, what I've really done for myself is to increase the type of customers that I want to work with. And instead of going bottom of barrel, I'm going up market. And every time I do that, it gets more challenging, but it's also rewarding at the same time. The challenges are different. The problems are different. I'm no longer a vendor, I'm a partner. I'm no longer a person called sales rep. I'm a trusted advisor. If something that they want to do, like, hey, I'm gonna buy this building, they call me and ask me, what do you think? And to get into that relationship takes a little bit more. Now they're trusting me with $100 million. They're probably gonna have a couple of friends that have around the same, maybe more. So all the referrals are actually pretty good. Think about that for a second. I hope you're getting goosebumps just like me. Because at the end of the day, this is exactly the same way in going up market. You could definitely do a whole lot of magic down here, but at the end of the day, if you're gonna take a $1,500 client and double it, it's only gonna be $3,000. And they're probably only gonna get so many leads and so much results. They only have so much budget. But if you gradually increase the type of customers, the minimum budget, the minimum requirement, and say, look, I'm not gonna waste my time, because if I know how to do 50, I could do 100. If I know 100, I could do a million. If I know a million, I could do 100 million. And where does it stop? There is no stop. I'm gonna stop it here at the billion mark. I only work with billionaires because I have all of these clients in my portfolio. I want the best of the best. And I know when you get to the billionaires club, challenges are different. Now we're buying islands. At that point, you can actually pinpoint who you want to work with. Who are your customers? Think about that. So I really, really hope from a going up market, you've elevated yourself. Not that you're too cool to help somebody at the bottom, but you really want to make sure what you're going to do, your craft, your art, it's really to help somebody do it. Now, at that point, if I'm really only serving billionaires, it is going to be so concierge. They can say, hey, pick up my dry cleaners. We'll drop it off, Mr. Cuban. We'll do it. You want me to drop off your kid to school? No problem. We'll do that too. Why? Because that's the level of service that they require at that stage. So what happens is service grows like this. Over here, you can only talk to them once a year. But over here, you might be texting them, doing whatever it takes to really make sure that relationship is there. So think about that as an agency. Don't think of it as, oh my God, I can't find customers who have $5,000 in retainers. I can't find clients. Fact of the matter is you need to really decide, well, I'm going to be going after people with 5K and I'm not going to take anything less, right? So if somebody doesn't have it, either they're going to come up with the money or they're not going to work with me. That's the attitude I want you to have. And once you start doing that, you will be able to take your agency to the next level. The team that you're working with here at ClickX, we worked with biggest of retainers, upwards of $50,000, $60,000 per month in retainer work. Why? Because some customers have that much money, right? They have that much of a problem that they want to solve. They want to invest as much as possible to grow their company 5x or whatever it is that they're trying to do. So there's no end, my friend. There's no end, because some people have literally unlimited budget. So it's what you want for your agency. So going back to my question, how do I go up market? You're trying to be here. It's never going to get you to up market. You really got to decide your marketing, your messaging, your niche, the things that you're going to do, and the level of service that you want to offer to your customer will have to go in consistent rate as the type of customers that you're looking to get. You cannot give a really good customer bad service, they're gonna leave, right? They're gonna leave at the lower end much faster than they might go in the higher end. But at the end of the day, you really wanna invest the time in their business to change whatever needs to be changed to get them the growth. So every single person you ever work with, they're going from trying to be a small business to medium to enterprise, whatever it is, trying to go from 10 employees to 50 to 100 to 100 to 50. They have some sort of goal in mind to go from here to there. Your job and everybody else that work with them is to help them get there. And that changed, and you got to decide what is that sweet spot for you personally and professionally, and help them achieve that. That's really what is happening, underneath the surface, right? That's really what's happening. Figuring out the motives, figuring out what are they trying to accomplish, where are they trying to go, and how do you help them get there? That's it, guys. The retainer size is not at all a question. It's more of a question for you and the worry and the concern for you than it is for the customer, because they're going to do whatever it takes to get to where they're trying to go. The question is, are they going to do it with you? Are they going to invest with you? That is the difference. So I'll use my financial advisor example from now on. I already gave it to our team on a coaching call. I thought it was brilliant how to get you to stop thinking horizontally and what's around you and what's your current funnel and your network, and think vertically. I literally don't want to work with somebody who doesn't have X, Y, and Z. And to continually narrow that down will help you reach the right customers for your agency. I hope this video has been useful for you. If you like this stuff, leave me a comment. Love to have a follow-up with you, because guess what? Those customers do exist, and I want you to make sure that you'll be able to land them. You have to really figure out what is it that you're going after, how are you gonna help them solve the problem, and the proof is in the pudding, right? Actually doing that. So if you like this video, click that like button, consider subscribing. Tell a friend that needs to hear this, because so many people are struggling down here when you have less and less competition as you're going up. Just so you know, it doesn't get crazier up here. Actually, it's crazy down here. And I wonder why so many people want to compete down here, right at the bottom of the barrel. A lot of grinding and a lot of churn and burn, and it's not necessarily going to get you to your end goal from there, here to here, that you're going for yourself, right? So hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If you like this content, please tell us what you like about it. We really, really enjoy creating content for agency owners just like you, helping you scale your dream in becoming however big you want your agents to be. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.